Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Alan Horning. Here. Barb.
Here.
Debbie.
Here.
Pamela.
Here.
Leslie.
Here.
Ken.
Present.
Alan Michelson.
Here.
Bud.
He's here. Sunshine.
Thank you.
Okay, at time to review the minutes. Are there any questions or corrections? If not, we need a motion to have them accepted.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do you have any more bills?
No changes to the invoice for payments.
Are there any questions or concerns about the bills?
Make a motion to accept the bills as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We'll start out with safety. Kevin.
Hi, okay, so Chief Kavanaugh, I just got an email, opened an email, he has stepped down. He's taken a position with Olmsted Falls, so he's no longer going to be your chief, which I'm actually really sad because I really like him. Rob Haas has been named as the interim to take his place. I haven't been in contact with him, and obviously he is not here at the meeting this evening. So I'm gonna run through what he would normally run through for us. And then we'll see what we get next month, because it'll be new. All right, so for the month of May, I've got the reports up here. Don't tell my boss. Their turnaround time was 1 minute, 36 seconds. The average for 2026 is 1 minute, 60. And average travel
1
time.
minute and 60.
Isn't that true?
Wasn't it 2 minutes?
That's what it says, because that's what it says.
Oh, you're right. I didn't make this, I just copied it.
You don't have all night, Barb, no commentary.
So 1 minute, I would say that would be 2 minutes, because the first one would be 1.5 minutes, right? Would the first one, 1 minute, 30 seconds be 1.5 minutes? Okay, so we're just under 5 minutes for travel time. He reads these reports much better than me, and it's really small on my tablet, sorry, guys. I should turn around, I can't see that either.
Go stand next to it.
Good point.
Yeah, I do need a pointer. Okay,
You want me to bring
somebody read this for me, because I can't.
Thought you worked at iPad.
I do. We put ourselves
I think it's the
last.
iPad, actually.
The iPad is like 10 years old. I'm too
So
cheap for
really the
that.
most important things was there was one incident in the village of Chippewa. So there's other incidents that we don't need to know about.
Well, we give mutual aid and all that stuff all the time.
Yep, yeah, we gave mutual aid to Chatham, Lafayette.
No, it's okay.
Go to the next one.
Yeah, I can probably see and read the next one. I might enlarge this. I am going to enlarge this if I can. All right, so the department participated in the Memorial Day Parade on May 30th. That was Pam's, the Pride Golf Cart Parade. They are still waiting on word to be awarded the EMS Board a priority grant in the amount of $30,000. This grant, if awarded, will fund numerous EMS training equipment for the department. Still waiting on word, if awarded, the Firehouse Subs Grant in the amount of $10,369.25 for forcible entry door trainer. Fire hydrant testing, I put a post out. They were doing it the first week of June. It should be completed by now. And They have completed over half the hydrants in the township, but I think the ones here in the village are done. Did anybody actually see them out and about last week?
If I'm on the way, they were doing one.
Okay, so I do believe they are done in the village, but I'll reach out and find out that for sure. I have a whole house water filter that I want to replace, but I'm not doing it until they're done with those hydrants. So if you've noticed your water has been a little dingy or brown, it's because when the hydrants get flushed, it kind of turns things up. Let's see, where was I? Thank you. The Ford Explorer had an oil change and the tie rod repaired. And they have been training on rapid intervention with surrounding departments the past few weeks and continue to focus on firefighter and victim rescue for the month of May and April. And they train on busy training on daily operations with new hires. And there's nothing else at the bottom except he signed it on the second. Next page. All right, so the monthly deputy report, we were short on hours again this week, or a month, but we weren't as short as last month. There were some miscommunications. There is a new officer that will be joining the village starting this month to bring them back up to their normal hours. But currently, Deputy Harhay last month had 30 hours, Yarborough had 8 hours, and Sergeant Lyon had 42 hours, giving us a total of 80. For the month of May, we usually schedule 100 hours, if anybody is curious. So we were only at 80%. Miles logged were 579. Gallons of fuel was 26.2. Any questions on that? All right, activities. Alarm activated or burglary 1, mental 1, animal complaint, barking, loose canine 3, domestic 2, disturbance or fight 2, MVC, no injuries. What does MVC mean?
Motor vehicle crash.
Thank you. And then motor vehicle crash with injuries, private property 1. Extra patrols were 75, so they were only 55 last month. So even though the hours were shorter, it seemed like we had more patrols going on than we did previously. I thought I was on traffic enforcement. Traffic enforcement radar. I didn't know we were running radar in the village. 2, suspicious vehicle 1, suspicious person 3, assault 1, assist other agency 3, building or business check 2, follow-up 2, golf cart inspection 1, noise complaint 1, parking complaint violation 2, repossession of vehicle 1, sick person 1, suspicious circumstances 1, traffic stop 3, unwanted subject 3, and welfare check 1. Any questions on any of those things?
Who's canine? I don't think it was Harvey. I know you can neighbor's cat food.
I'm wondering who had a lot of partying to invite us.
It's not her.
Okay. So last month we talked about a little bit, I never knew when the deputies were actually here. It's been a hot topic of conversation of when they're here and when they're not. This is what Deputy Harhay writes when the guys are scheduled and when they are coming. Now remember, Deputy Harhay is now retired. Congratulations on retirement. He will be back with us, but he won't be back for 2 months. So the guys are here before their shifts with the department, they're here after their shifts with the department. And I know Leslie did ask us in an email today about having them here at different times, but we don't get the luxury of saying, we want you on Friday at 5 o'clock to 9 p.m. We don't get that luxury. So if anybody wants me to send them this, if I didn't, I will send it to you, because I know you all were interested in the hours. But this is how it's done, and this is what I received. It's chicken scratch.
Yeah, you know, to me, you don't mind,
Okay,
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
all right. Anybody else?
Interesting.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically just send it to everybody?
So,
Okay. I think you do have it because I sent the email to you with this in it.
okay, thank you.
And the rest of you actually might have it because it was in the email that Deputy RP sent to me on Saturday. I didn't get any information from him until Saturday. I believe that is all I have unless somebody else has a question.
Mark has a question.
Hi.
Is that filled out as the hours are worked, or is that filled out at the beginning of the month?
I believe it's filled out as the hours are worked, but maybe you can help me with that.
Yes, as soon as we work the hours, then we go back and log it on that chart.
So my question to the sheriff's department is when do you know what your schedule is? For the sheriff, not for us.
For like our normal working schedule,
Yes.
so we have set days that we currently work. Now we're on 12-hour shifts, so we rotate through our days. It's basically 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 2 days off. But right now, the problem that we're dealing with is that we have 8 new hires that are training, 8 of them, which has never happened before. It's a lot of new guys coming in.
You lost a lot of new growth guys.
Yes, so we're replacing that, which means that a lot of the guys that are, senior have to train those guys. And so we've just been drowning in overtime on the road right now and having to fill in shifts. So, I know this past month, between my 2 80-hour pay periods, I did 31 hours on one and 28 hours of overtime for the sheriff's office. And then on top with the 42 here. So we just try to fit it in when we can and try not to have my wife divorce me for working too much. So that's what we're trying to do.
But I guess my thought is assuming back to normal type stuff. Could not at the beginning of the month, everybody sit down and say, well, I'm gonna take this shift, I'm gonna take this shift, this one, and then pass that on to us.
So it gets difficult for us because the road deputies are also responsible for extraditions when we have to go out of state and stuff. So we know
That would be a abnormal circumstance though, where it'd be, oh, okay, sorry, we can't be there that day.
so we're probably doing 5 to 6 of those a week right now. So they happen fairly regularly, and then also, Deputy Yarborough is also a detective now, so he's getting on call. Other things that he has to get called away for, so when we're on call, it makes it hard to set up a strict schedule, because then we're constantly adjusting it, and that's all chopped up right now, just because of how we were doing it. It would only get exponentially worse if we tried to set up a hard schedule, and then we're making adjustments. It would just lead for more errors in the future.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Cameron, are you doing this?
I didn't know if you wanted me to do that now,
No,
actually
thank
being this weekend is the first I've seen of it. Is this something that has to be voted on tonight, or is it something that can be discussed under new business and then read at 2 to 3 meetings and then voted on?
That's up to council. I know that we just got this document late last week from the sheriff's office.
Right, and we all got it in our input today, and I have not gotten anything from the sheriff's office.
Correct.
I only,
Now typically they issue this to us in the early part of each year,
okay,
so they're about 5 months behind, so I'm sure they're anxious.
right.
But
Is
they
this?
did not make a demand that I know of.
Okay, is this something that wouldn't be going in effect until January 1st of 2027?
No, this is in effect now.
Immediately. Because you're being billed here for 2026. Now, you've got services up till now. You should presumably will keep getting dispatch services.
Okay,
Is this giving them a raise every year?
Yes,
Yeah.
5%, I believe, or 3%. 5%
5
for 2 years and then
5 and 3, yeah.
Seems like it's in line with past years.
So this is something that this would be the correct situation to go through it and do an emergency and pass it?
Yeah, that would probably be, if you think it's a good price, it's the same contract we've had for years.
Right, but we've always had a 1-year contract prior, and now it's a 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something you have to think about.
Is an increase built into it each year? You've got a 3-year contract, which is 5%.
No, it would be going up 5 now, 5 next year, and then 3 the year after that. So for those of you who have no idea what we are talking about, we got an email from the sheriff's department about the contracts that the sheriffs have amongst themselves and what their pay rate is. And so now the sheriff's department has come to us, so maybe we would vote to be in line with what they are getting paid, and they also want us to sign a 3-year contract with them instead of it only being a 1-year contract. So just to keep you guys up to speed, because you're looking at us like, what more are they talking about? So I hope that is helpful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do they get paid by a flat rate, or is there mileage in addition, or how does that work?
We pay them a flat hourly rate, correct?
Correct.
We pay them a flat hourly rate. What they get paid from the department as far as that different stuff, I don't know. Is it a flat hourly rate at the department?
Hourly rate.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason why I think this, I'm not sure on the specifics on why this letter got sent out, but I do know that the deputy union and sergeant union with the sheriff's office, we were supposed to start a new contract January 1st of this year, but then we switched unions, so we got delayed, and the deputies just signed their contract last week, and we signed, the sergeant's union signed it today, which is probably why this is all starting off. And that was our annual increase. The 553 is our annual increase for the next 3 years at the sheriff's office for the county at whole, so that's where those numbers are from.
When you're talking about the dispatch contract, the 553, not the contract to hire the deputies for the village.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's just the dispatch, and they're paid, an hourly rate and benefits. The dispatchers are employees.
So they got our dispatch union got the same exact numbers as we did too. That was across the board for every union we had.
So the 3-year contract is for the dispatch,
Right, correct.
but as far as deputies patrolling the village, that's still a 1 year? We're not voting on that tonight?
Yeah, that I'm built to
That's
discuss.
different?
That's why I guess I was confused by this
So
email.
this is just for the dispatch, this is not for deputy pay for the village?
Correct. We have
Yeah.
to determine that by the end of this year,
Okay,
if there's going to be any adjustment at all. That's up to council.
Yeah.
and we don't have any choice but to have the dispatch. I mean, we have to have that 911 dispatch.
And I raised the concern that, I guess there's no way around it. There's no way for us to change this, but they come before their shift and after their shift. But I said, why can't they come on evenings and weekends when we have increased activity in the village? But apparently we don't get to pick that, so.
Yeah, I think it's absurd to vote on this tonight.
Well, this is just
We don't-
dispatch.
I understand that, you guys have had, 3 days to read it?
No,
It doesn't say anything
No.
different than it.
This is like the 911 dispatch.
I understand what it is.
We all got it Saturday.
Yeah, I read it.
So you've had 2 days to read it, and then 5 minutes to discuss it. Why don't we save it for new business and maybe move on after that?
It's the same.
Instead of shoving it down our throats right now.
It's just an increase, it's been the same increase that's been going on for, is it in line with all your other,
It was last year.
It does not have anything to do with the hours that the deputies are working
So it's
here,
not deputies'
how
hours.
much they get paid, when they're gonna be here. We can discuss that at another time.
Okay,
But this is just for the dispatch purposes. 911, what's your emergency? Oh, somebody's like prowling around in my front yard.
Hypothetical situation here, we dump the sheriff's department next year, and we're still
Mark,
paying it.
We're not,
Wait.
Mark.
so
we're
I
trying to
have a
conduct our
question
business
because
here.
I'm
Open that
not
up again.
educated on this, and I need to be. When any of our residents in the village call 911, the village pays for it, and that's what this is for?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Now, do we have to sign a 3-year deal? I mean, can we push back so we just let them do it for a year?
You can negotiate, say, well, you want 3, we'll give you 2, or we'll agree to 1. What was the rate this year, last year?
we don't have another option, right? We call 911, it goes to the sheriff.
That's pretty much.
That's true. I do kind of agree with you there. Whether it's 1 or 3, the price is still gonna be the same. So we might as well do it for 3 and not have to think about it again for 3 years.
It kind of looks like this is a 5% increase over last year.
It is.
Okay, so there you have it, 5.
It's 5% this year, 5% next year, and 3% the year after that.
And it's negotiable theoretically, but you have to have it.
Yeah.
Have we
You wanna
ever,
set up your own dispatch.
So that's how much,
Yeah, right.
that's how much theirs is increasing, and they're just rolling that over to us as well. The union is increasing their pay and their.
for the dispatch? So is that something we have ever negotiated in the past? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, I think there was a time when they gave us some really unusual amounts, and we just said, wait a minute, and
Was it for dispatch though, or for the office?
I think both, but dispatch seems to have been steady for a long time. This is just the same contract we have every year, I mean, you know. You can read it, but we've read it before, it's pretty
So-
straightforward.
Even if we were to go with Medina or Medina Township,
We're still gonna have to pay this in one way,
we
shape, or
still
form.
have to pay the dispatch fee.
Right.
Not
Okay.
necessarily to the sheriff's department.
Well, we can't set up our own dispatch, you know, radio over in the corner.
If, Barb's saying Medina or Medina Township, if we were to go with Medina PD, we would go through their 911, not the sheriff's office.
I think you go through the sheriff's.
Yes, like the 911 center is the sheriff's office, then it gets transferred.
Right.
to-
So if I live in Medina, you guys are gonna pick up my 911 call.
Correct, it gets transferred to
Okay.
Medina.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Okay, so are you getting back to production? Does somebody want to make a motion to do this now, or you want to wait till next month?
Based on the information that I just gathered here, with listening, and correct me if I'm wrong, I see no reason why we can't pass this unless anybody feels that the 5% and 5% and 3% increase is out of line and out of character, because I don't know what increases have been in the past.
So are you making, what are you
We
doing?
need an ordinance if you're gonna pass it. And if you don't pass it, we have an ordinance, we can have a first reading.
Well, all of us have paper.
Joanne?
Oh, that's true.
So,
We're talking about, and it looks like we're talking about $2,000
Yeah.
a year.
well, let's have an ordinance number, Gary.
Ordinance number 9-26.
Okay, so for your consideration, first reading of ordinance 918-26, an ordinance approving agreement for dispatching services between the village and the Medina County Sheriff's Office for the years 2026, 2027, and 2028, and declaring the same an emergency. That's the first reading. You can either pass it as an emergency, or you can pass it for a second reading next month. You can offer 1 year, 2 year, or the whole 3 years to the sheriffs and see what they say. So if 3, we know they're going 3. So those are your options, and based on the numbers I remember, this doesn't seem outrageous, and it is an essential service.
So on this last page, the breakdown of the yearly payments, 2026, the 5% is $2,024.43. And then in 2027, the 5% is $2,125. What was 2025? What is that actual increase? Because this looks like the increase is approximately $100 per year. Does that make sense? So do we know what it was in 2025?
We do, but I don't have that information with me,
Okay, I'm sorry to ask so many questions.
and I can send it all to council tonight. I'm not going to say it's dramatically different than this, but I don't have the exact number.
Well, you went up 5%, so it was 5% less, right?
Presumably, correct.
So we could guesstimate that it's approximately $100 increase Is that correct?
That would be
Am I mathing
approximately-
in my head right?
Correct.
I
Okay,
think that's reasonable.
I think that's reasonable as well.
Thought it was higher than that, actually, about the percentages.
So these numbers are the total amount that we pay annually.
Annually, correct.
For dispatch, not for the day.
Correct.
Okay, if you guys have other questions, you can ask Gary and Alan, and they can answer them all at the next meeting. You have a second reading, that's the way you want to go.
We can do that, right? We can do a second reading next month?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
why we have to read.
Yeah,
We
okay.
don't usually, but.
Well, we pass so many things by emergency, I never know.
I'm sorry?
We pass so many things by emergency, I never know. Sometimes we just,
I don't have to, reading one, because we don't do them. Okay, is there anything else for safety?
no, I think this was,
Okay,
this was
no.
it. Thank you.
Okay, zoning, you're up.
All right, I printed out the zoning report, 2 pages. I want to draw your attention to page 2, Lake Road Pain Clinic. I was operating under the belief that her permit, the doctor's permit expired in January of 26. But I wanted to double check when I did so. So I find that even though she agreed that's when it expired, it did not.
When did it expire?
Well, according to this, the date of issuance is 9/2/24. So it's not due to expire 2 years
How
after.
many more copies of that, Gary, and I can give?
It actually says after 1 year. The permit shall become void at the expiration of 1 year after the date of issuance.
Alan, correct me.
Oh, unless construction is started.
Typically, it's a 2-year window. Alan Michelson. I didn't make copies for everybody, but isn't typically, it's a 2-year window, roughly speaking, for permits?
I think that once you get the permit, you have to start construction within a year, and in 2 years it expires, I think.
That goes along with my thinking. So
Zoning code.
in looking at the first go, we issued a permit 5/3/23. And she applied April 14th of 23.
Except that I'm looking at these two.
The second round, she applied June of 24, and we issued a permit in September of 24. Why the time lag, I have no explanation, I can't give you one.
I remember she came to council meeting to fill us all in on what was going on. And then Jim issued the permit after that.
But the first permit, it looks like it says for a parking lot, walkways to rear of building. And then we renewed the permit. I don't see the permit for the actual construction. Is that what this is?
No, it's just for the parking lot. She was gonna remodel the building.
Right.
So, and I was gonna recommend to you tonight that we not renew it. She has been unresponsive. It's an eyesore. It's missing pieces, parts. It's dirty. Only the front piece, if you drive by and look, has the grass been mowed. The back got weed probably as tall as your chest, piles of gravel. And the few times that I've spoken with her, what is your plan going forward? Well, I'm not sure. So when she submitted an application to me, she submitted it on an old form with no information other than her signature. zip. I told her to resubmit on the correct form and please provide a detailed explanation of her plans going forward. To this date, I've received nothing. No additional phone calls, no additional submissions. But following what we have done in the past, she has until September to cough it up. But at this point, I have no clue what her intentions are relative to the construction of a parking lot or rehabilitating the building. I have seen zero activity there for months.
So you say construction did start, right?
At one point.
At one
A
point,
little bit here, a little bit there.
Well, it started and then she had 2 years in that,
Yeah.
and that's in September.
so according to following our track history, her permit is good until September of '26.
Well, I think I mentioned this before. She has a property in the Glens where she started building a house and it's stalled the same way, going nowhere, so.
And I'm at a complete loss. She's pleasant on the phone. She doesn't have, I don't know.
So can we tell her, like, you have 4 months to get this completed? Or we're gonna start citing you for?
Well,
If
it's,
she answered the phone.
it's like talking to the wind.
We get a lot of that around here.
You know, there's just no response. So I'm hard pressed.
We'll send her a certified letter.
Well, we can do that. We can certainly do that.
What's the status with the building department with her doing that construction? Where are they at in all this process?
I haven't had any conversation with anyone other than us. I haven't reached out to the building department. I don't have a clue what's going on inside the house.
I think she
Are we allowed to
got
ask for that information from the county?
Sure.
Well, sure, we can,
Building department.
But
For us.
interestingly, that property is posted no trespassing. And that would apply even to me. If it's posted no trespassing,
Well, is there a county permit in the window anymore?
I can't answer that, Al. I can look into it.
Yeah, if she's under permit, through the county, she has to post that permit. So we should contact the county and say, does she have a permit that's legit right now?
And I can do that. That's not a problem.
So what is it, what kind of permit is she getting from us?
Zoning
A zoning
For
permit
what?
to build what she wants.
to build a parking lot, in effect.
And the building department has to give the building, you need more permits to do it.
Now, the building department is in, if they get a contact from, say, a resident, they will notify us that they've been contacted. They'll send me an email. So. But there's absolutely
Like
no,
if a resident calls them and what complains about the place, they notify you and then what can you do? That you can't do now.
be aware. I don't know. It's just that they try to maintain a positive relationship with the various municipalities around them where they do business. So I'll look into that, Al. That's a good point. But, so I just want to make that distinction because I have recommended for your consideration, since you are the zoning board, that you not renew her permit. Because she has been very lackadaisical about
We
getting
should
things
have to
done.
apply for it again, correctly, in September?
Yes,
So,
and I thought it expired in January. So I thought we had an opportunity not to renew it. But I find that belief was in error.
Well, if she started construction, she'd have 2 years from the start. So that's where we're getting in September.
Yeah, right.
But the house in Bloody Runs is stalled the same way. I think she got a building permit for it from the county, but it's going nowhere.
Is that also gonna be a limit?
No, it's a residence
Okay.
on the east side.
Any,
Near the east side.
I think the tree got planted up on Bungalow Bay today.
it did, it was planted. White oak has been planted. And I don't want to go through this item by item, and y'all can read.
The most important thing is that the camper got removed.
Well, that did get removed, yeah. I've had a very positive relationship with the people in the village, with the exception of tonight, which came as a complete shock. But it encouraged me to remind my fellow council members, stay on your game, assume nothing. That was a military veteran who has long-lasting, life-affecting trauma. And he's a Vietnam vet. So whatever you think you know and believe you know, be prepared for a surprise. So be careful in your interactions with people, assume nothing. Because you just don't know.
Are you speaking in generalized form?
Is
or
that a
this
warning?
That is a warning for everybody. Because
Not to go on someone's property?
my interaction with that guy
Who
was
would do that, Leslie?
positive, positive, positive. Shook hands, it was a brief momentary conversation. All is good. He explained his challenges in life. I listened. I told him, there's no problem. Just keep working on it when you can, as you can. Have a nice day. I will see you later. And when he showed up tonight, he was breathing fire. Because he had been harassed. He's sick and tired of it. And honestly, I was dumbstruck.
He's had a sign in front of his house for a long time, not one.
Yeah,
Newspapers delivered and stuff like that.
right, yeah.
I've had interactions with some positive ones, I saw him truck ones, but he's a nice enough person underneath all.
Yeah, and
He felt like he was singled out. Bud stopped there and just talked to him about some property maintenance issues and
yeah,
And he came in here and he was very upset and wanted to know if Bud told other people the same thing. We do, so,
yeah.
There's a whole,
It
there's a
just,
whole list here.
yeah,
it was just a reminder to me.
right.
And I wanted to pass it along to you guys.
Well, I want you to know, we appreciate that you are actually enforcing the zoning and you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
I have a question about on this. Can we get addresses on all these?
I can put that on there.
It's only.
I would like to because I don't have a clue where some of these are at. So I see something, but do I need to call Bud? Because I don't know if this is the house he's talking about. It was on last month's report.
I would,
We don't want to put on his name.
No, that's fine. I don't care about the name.
I would
But we've
just
always had
try,
addresses in the past.
I know, and I always disagreed with it. I just try to maintain a level of confidentiality. I hold the belief it's between me and them. I understand what you're saying, Al.
Sure, zoning board, but
Al, it also gets posted on the website, so that might be a consideration.
This is on.
The zoning report is posted as part of the minutes.
It's part of the minutes, yeah.
I don't see it be a problem having addresses on there.
Well, if we use tonight's personage,
Well, it's
so I
clearly,
here's this, I grievously offended this guy completely innocently. I thought we had a very positive exchange. And he was completely pissed off and felt persecuted.
But not everybody's gonna feel that way, and it is, in fairness to the council people, they should be, if they wanna go look at some of these places and see what's what, they should be able to, they don't have to have the address for that. And I believe we kind of, I don't know that we made an ordinance with that, but I know we took the names off.
But,
I'm glad to do that.
yeah, I mean, if we don't want the addresses on,
Somebody, it's whatever anybody gives
gives
me
you,
as.
but, I mean, we don't have to put the addresses on the website when we publish, but I think we need to know.
And you have to have 2 reports. One for you and one that gets put on the website.
And they're both public records.
Yeah, it was,
So-
always done for previously, there was always an address previously. You know,
I mean, we
so,
struck their names, but
And I want to be able to go by 9 Parkway Path and see what you guys are talking about. So that when I go by 304 Burger Boulevard and go, what the hell are they talking about? I don't see it. Then I can ask questions about what that was about.
It's not like we're gonna go up to the door. These people
Right.
don't know that we are looking at their house. You're just.
Okay, now, I would encourage everybody to step aside from your personal self and step into the victim's role.
It's not my-
Oh, yeah, the sons of bitches even put my address in there. Now, you may think that's appropriate, that it's kind of a, hang on,
Go ahead, go ahead.
it's kind of a public shaming.
We haven't had anybody say that.
Well, he did. He certainly did.
he
He didn't
doesn't,
look at this, he just knew you came to his house.
Well, if we're gonna put it,
But can you start putting addresses on this, please?
we put, yeah,
Okay.
that's
I'm
what you
just
want.
looking at it as accountability.
Hey, that's fine. I don't care.
That's why I come here, you know, looking for accountability. I want to make sure you guys are doing your job. And if I can't check up on
We
you,
know why you come here.
That's
I
good
come
to know.
here to keep you guys in line.
We've asked you many times to be a councilman and you've refused, and yet you'd like to be one from you know,
I'd be in
we appreciate you
I
most
would
of
be
the
in
time.
handcuffs way too often.
But our meetings are taking way too long, and a lot of stuff's not getting resolved, and just going on and on about something, so, in an effort to, you know, at least get a little business conducted, I'd like to keep this rolling. So Leslie, do you have anything else for zoning or Bud, either one of you?
No, ma'am,
No.
not.
See how easy that was?
I just want to add, questions from last month. We do have a civil procedure for parking tickets. What we don't have is somebody to pass out tickets and report back to Gary. We could set up a procedure like that for zoning violations. We take legislation, and, you know, to do that, we need, like, a form to say you're being cited for a civil violation. We need to have, if anybody asks for a hearing, we have to give them a hearing in front of a hearing officer. We have had that forever with the parking, and nobody's ever asked for a hearing. People send in explanations, and they're taken into consideration, but, you know, that was a question, and we can do that. And the question of daily citations, if there's a car parked illegally, you can put a ticket on it every day, you know, and report it. And zoning violations, we could do that. You know, the property on Parkway Path, I've filed 6 or 7 cases against.
I know.
Thousands of dollars have been paid in fines and costs. And other than demolish it, that's all we can do.
I did review the demolition policy today on our ordinance and zoning, just,
And I've got the paperwork that shows the inspections, the orders, the notices, so it's all in order. If you-
I personally think for 9 Parkway Path, since we're discussing it, that the entire zoning committee should go there and look at this property. I think that we've talked about it for 4 or 5 years. I've never seen it. I think we need to know how bad it is. You've seen it.
I have.
I saw that the gate tape has been broken, and the gate was open.
Is Parkway Drive,
Parkway Path.
Yes,
not Parkway Drive?
It's both.
9 Parkway Path.
Now, does he still owe all that money to the?
No. He has a mortgage on it. The mortgage, last I heard, is being paid. The taxes are being paid.
So how does people like it, I'll ask you again, when he tears the house down? You're gonna say we wouldn't owe them the money, somebody would owe them money, so you pay.
He would. We don't own the mortgage. And I've talked
They
to him.
can't come back on the village for
Not-
tearing down a house that has a mortgage on it, I can't believe that.
He's already told them that it's in consideration.
Oh,
Didn't you
they
speak
can.
to the mortgage lender or?
I've talked to the lawyers for the mortgage company and, they just say, let me know what's going on. And I've told them what's going on. They don't want it to be torn down, but they couldn't stop us.
Yeah.
But could they sue us?
Well, anybody can sue anybody in America, but I don't think they'd actually sue at all.
Just so you guys know, it's both. And I can't hear because you guys are talking. It's Parkway Drive and Parkway Path.
Thank you very much. Does that? No.
Or, you say look at it, you talk about us trespassing?
From the street, probably.
Well, anybody can drive by the street and see that part of it, but I mean, I see it 3 times, 4 times a week.
As long as the neighbor doesn't tell you to go away, you can walk along the outside of the property line.
Thank you, Alan. I hadn't considered that.
And if you're gonna do that, I can put together all my paperwork on it and email it to everybody.
But the zoning inspector is allowed to go on the property. So I suppose he could just.
As long
go
as it's
report.
not posted.
Right, or you're not told to get on.
It's condemned.
Right.
And for you
So-
council people, Jerry has already told us can't really afford to pay for
Right.
this.
So that's my, why are we gonna go look at it, we're not gonna do anything in 5 minutes?
I walk by it all the time, and every once in a while, you get a good old whiff of like mildew and stuff like that, and you guys are right over there too, so, I mean, I walk by it all the time when I'm walking the dogs, and it's in bad shape, there's no weeds, overgrowth on the front, maybe a little bit around the car right now. Car has expired plates on it. I've never gone on the property, I've never gone in the back. You can kind of see some of it if you're coming from, like the dead end side of the road from the east side. You can kind of see some of the stuff in the back, but, I've not physically gone on it. I don't want to get told for trespassing, but it's in bad shape. But I would be concerned, are they gonna turn around and come back and sue the village if we bulldoze the guy's house? His mortgage is paid, his taxes are paid, he's up to date on that stuff.
Pays all fines and we.
But it's in violation and it's been declared a hazard.
Hazard.
Yeah.
In
And
our,
here's what, to add to that, I think it was a year, maybe 2 years ago, we did a wellness check on the property because we hadn't heard from the owner for a long, long time. Didn't know where he lived at that point. Now we know where he lives. Still. But at the wellness check, sheriff went in with Jim Brandenburg, and when they entered the property, water was rolling down the stairs because there were broken pipes on the second floor.
Wow.
Mold was everywhere. It was just hideous. And,
You can smell it from the road.
yeah, well, they saw it. And, I don't know how much time they spent there, but I know that it was a mess and a hazard. And, there's some structural problems with it too. It's not about things to fall in on itself, but eventually it'll. And that's where it was.
Could the village get sued if we bulldozed it? I mean, could the guy turn around and sue the village for bulldozing his house?
our guidelines call to have it removed. Our guidelines in the village ordinance call for it to be demolished.
Maybe the people he owes the money to would want something too.
Well, it's interesting because they've been told it's been condemned. And all they want to know is there a date? No. Okay, good. Let me know. That's all they have to
So we
say.
know when to sue you.
Well, look, anybody, sure, we could get sued.
People might just
In
like,
my opinion, in my strong opinion, there's no case against us. Because we've done everything right, and we have the
and the
document.
guy keeps paying every time.
And we have a report, a written report from the head of the building department that documents all this. We have people that have been in the house. We have Brandenburg, who was all over the house, looking around.
And we the ones that would be, expected to tear that down, you know, like the health department, somebody else would get involved.
The health department's not.
Might get involved, but they only get involved if it goes beyond the house. You know,
They
like,
wouldn't be on that. I was walking down the road and you smell the mold.
well, no, if it somehow started growing through the yard to other houses, you know. Where they've gotten involved is, I had a case in Glens where there were like, I don't know, 20 or 30 dogs in the house, and it was horrible. And their excrement started to ooze out of the outside walls, so the health department got involved. Because they left the house and entered the environment. It, one heck of a case.
I'm sure.
But, yeah, we can get sued. We get sued for looking at somebody cross-eyed, but that doesn't mean it'll go.
What was the amount they had it bulldozed?
Yeah, I think Jim got a quote for like 14, 15.
Yeah. Might be more now, everything's more.
And Gary said we couldn't afford that at the time.
At the time.
Yeah, I think a good idea. I'll head up there and poke around. Get a good idea. I've never seen the property.
Be a whole different story for the state, in my mind, but mortgage company, well, they're gonna just forgive that debt and say, oh, you did the right thing.
Well,
They're gonna say,
That's not our responsibility, that's the owner's
they
responsibility.
really can't do anything about what we do to the property if we justify it, you know, we have the backing. and the-
I read all the guidelines today, it's our responsibility to tear it down. Just, I'm not bringing it up,
Right.
okay, do you have anything else in zoning?
Nope.
Then we'll go to community relations. Debbie?
Okay. Aqueduct will be here on Thursday, June 11th. Everyone who has a vote has been sent a message. Are you giving me a funny look, Barb?
What, do you know what time, probably in the morning?
Yeah, probably the morning. I can double check the time.
Because I wanted to be there, because I have to approve, since that is being paid for out of my budget, I'm the one that has to approve that it was completed, correct? Gary?
I'll go with you. I'll double check the time. I can go with
Okay.
you. That's our first application. There'll be a second application in July and a third one in August. It's going all the way from Gloria Glens, all the way to the Robbins dock out there. So everything's getting covered.
Great. I just wanted to let you know that I communicated with Nate, Epic today, because we have ski team practice that day, and it's recommended that you don't enter the water 24 hours, have skin contact for 24 hours. So the date might change, is what I'm telling you. He said, I'm gonna see if Aqueduct can change the date, and John is pulled in on this too. John's
Oh,
in.
yeah, he's out of town.
Okay,
That's why he's not.
so just so you know, the date may change.
Okay.
So they might delay it for
We
you
might
guys?
do it, he said we might do it Friday then.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I was officially closed the lake.
No,
No, because
Who are they notifying and how they shouldn't touch the water?
So the kids, the beach should be closed if they're gonna do that then?
well, that's what I mentioned is, but typically, we still keep the beach open even in the allergy time. We keep the beach open. They just, they're not allowed in the water, but they can sit on the sand. That's usually what we do when the lake is closed.
They were supposed to put a notice up by the beach area, so I'll double check if they're
About
gonna
that?
do that.
So what do you think we should close the beach that day? Let's see everyone's opinion on that.
I don't disagree with letting them go in the sand, I mean.
Right, but according to them, it's not harmful, but just to be safe, I would say not close the beach, but tell them that the water.
But what I instructed the workers to just let them know what's going on. And maybe we have something printed out there and then leave it up to them if they wanna roll the dice in the water.
Okay, I'll double check with.
That's I just wanted to see how everybody else felt about that.
Is the county gonna change the color of the flag or anything for this?
Well,
I didn't think so, but I could.
Right, they changed
So we
that.
have different,
They're not closing it. It's
they're
just-
not closing it, they put different warning levels up as the algae increases. Are they gonna do the same thing for this stuff?
I don't think they consider it hazardous, except they don't recommend that you get in skin contact with it.
Well, that sounds like it could be hazardous.
It's a little bit, you know? It's like, it's not dangerous, it's fine, but don't.
All right, let me talk to Nate and I'll get back to everybody. The riprap is in and the gate's been removed from that, the boat ramp. John said that he really didn't get any, complaints about that. So I put my boat in this morning. It was nice not to have to move that big heavy gate.
I didn't even realize that's what was missing, but it was easy to.
Yeah, it was easier to go back. The umbrellas are due to arrive on June 15th,
All right.
and I don't want to talk anything about umbrellas.
The lawn chairs are nice.
I saw those, yeah, those are nice.
Those were donated from,
Brent.
yeah, all I can think is Cora's dad. She's so cute.
Yeah, I didn't think they were that nice. He
Mhm.
asked me about it, I'm like, yeah, well, I saw them, these are great, you know?
They're nice too because they dry instantly, you don't have to worry about them getting.
Yeah, he was gonna pitch them and he's like, would you guys want them for the beach? And I'm like, talk to Ken, but I'm gonna say yes, and yeah.
All right, I'll check up with Nate and I'll get back to everybody who has concerns. I'm done.
Okay. Okay, Barb, building?
Quiet, not much going on. The outside water was turned on soon after the last meeting. There were problems up at the Bungalow Bay with the fountain leaking. And I need to thank Alan and Bill for going up there and fixing it, repairing the leak up there. I tried looking at it, I mean, it's a brick structure. I tried moving that top piece. And I was afraid that I would knock it off and break it, but they were able to move that top piece and access the internal parts to fix the leak. But there seems to be a problem still with the trap and or drain, but it's not an urgent problem. So the fountain is working and there is water up at the Bungalow Bay now. So thank you to Al and Bill for fixing that. I also wanted to thank Al for fixing the outlet over by the Lisa's Pond for the aerators, agitators. The breaker kept tripping, so Alan went up and fixed that as well, so appreciate that. And I do notice that there are a couple lights in the village that are on during the day. Photocell probably needs to be replaced on them. One was right on each side and the other one was on Chippewa Road. Did they replace the light in front of your house yet?
They did.
Okay. So, take care of that and, waiting for the trash can at the beach has no lid on it, so I'm waiting for that to be removed, not replaced, but removed, because there's more than enough trash cans down there.
Or you'll give me your can.
We don't need enough, we don't need, no, there's enough. And in fact, we just need to make sure that the beach attendants get the one by footage on and put it out
Oh, gotcha, okay. Mhm.
on Monday nights.
I've always wondered why there's so many trash cans there. If it's just for beach trash, why do we have?
Well, I mean, in the wintertime, I put all but one of them inside the beach area and turn them upside down, so they won't blow away or
A
anything.
lot of people use it for when they're bringing their boats in, or they're done boating for the day, from their boat, they throw their boat and stuff in.
And a lot of residents just use it for their household.
Right, that's what I see, that's why I was.
So, and which we did put that in the newsletter, that people need to stop doing that.
The one for the boats is over by the, porta pot.
There's one at Portage. So we need at least one by the beach for people that are picnicking on the beach and stuff. We need beach attendants to not like sweep up sand and put it in the garbage cans.
They would be aware of that. I don't know why,
So
yeah.
even, the weeds, if they're pulling weeds or anything like that, make sure they knock off the sand, because if it gets too heavy, they won't pick it up.
Well, I told them to actually, if they pull grass, just put it in a pile by the shed. That's the only place we can put it, otherwise we're running that problem.
Well, they just can put it in a couple of cans instead of all of it in one, where it's too heavy and the trash company won't take it.
Right.
But maybe I'll have more than one can removed instead of just a broken one. For some reason, I have a sneaky suspicion that maybe when people cancel their service, they just take their cans down there or something. Like it's like a garbage can graveyard.
Do we pay for the can
No.
I don't know why they would do that, because they get money back for returning their cans.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like, it was like 5 or 6 of them down there.
It's always been
2 or
like
3
that.
would be enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you have a big event, the big parties and stuff like that,
Fifth of July, you can use more.
Yeah, Fourth of July, we wait till after the
You can
Fourth.
stuff a lot of cardboard boats in those.
I think that's all I have. Okay.
Okay, Ken, parks.
And we put the village dock and kayak launch in. I want to thank Howard Wolf, John Sandor, and Vinny Scalaro for all their help. And Doug mentioned that the riprap has been installed. Looks great. I think that was good for us. And I'll get a lot of compliments. Some people complain, you just can't make everybody happy. But I thought it was really legitimate. All the locks at the beach have been replaced. I had to replace them because I couldn't reprogram them from the old combination. And I'm getting quotes to repair the hole in the wall. Oh, I'll tell you later.
Okay, well, I can send us the combination, change it.
What?
Will you send me the new combination?
Yep.
Are all the locks the same?
They're all the same.
Not pickleball, but the shuffleboard on them?
Oh, no, those are, I didn't replace them. So it's just the shuffleboard, that's it, right? I can't think of any other locks we have, right? Yeah, I think so I'll replace that one too, or I'll try to reprogram that one. So they match, it's better. So I'll get a quote to repair that hole in the wall over the beach, because we're getting a lot of sand erosion from that. And we're gonna get that fixed first. And then at that point, we're gonna kind of evaluate to see how much sand we have, where we have it fluffed up, and then maybe have when load drops. There was only just there's a gully down there that just, from that hole. The Buffalo Bay project is finished, everything looks great out there. But they did a great job. It looks good, I see a lot of the kids are out there enjoying it. Other than that, so I'm gonna install these signs here. Somebody's been dumping grass clippings. I wasn't even aware of. So we're gonna put these signs up there and train the cameras on the perpetrators and see what happens.
I noticed that the grass is real tall over there too, at the pond. We don't mow the grass over by the pond?
He's supposed to. I'll talk, there was something that had to do with his mower at the time. I'll reach out to.
Is there someone new mowing here at the town hall?
No, St. John, our landscaper.
Is the guy and his son's helping him.
My mom said they're not mowing around the fire hydrant or something. I didn't know there was a fire hydrant.
Yeah, let me know if you notice anything. I don't get around, or anyone, send me a text, I'll mention it.
They sprayed a lot of weed killer around places so they don't have to weed whack. Like the bench out front. And the
Sounds like something I would
do. They sprayed a ton of weed killer around that stuff to kill it so they don't have to weed whack.
Yeah.
Because they just mow and go. They don't weed whack, they don't blow, they just mow and go.
I don't know about the blowing part, but, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so when they're mowing and blowing towards our sheds. So I clean the shed, so there's two things. One, it's really inconsiderate and pretty simple to go the other way. But also you hit a rock or something, they're gonna damage our shed. So instead of blowing the grass all over the shed, they should go the other way. And they also blow the
What's
grass.
your address?
Pardon me?
Do you mind giving me your address, or do you want?
I'm talking about the shed.
Shed's out here.
Oh, our sheds.
I think that,
Okay.
that little section between the garden and the barn, they don't have much choice, because as they go through there, they either need to shoot it into the garden or towards the building, because it's probably only enough room for like maybe 2 passes to go through there. It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
They
Do
don't,
they have their chute up?
if their chute is up, then that's a
A
problem.
lot of people put, I mean, everybody has put their chute up, but if they're putting their chute up, they shouldn't be there.
In that spot.
Yeah. I know, Jim Brandenburg used to work for that outfit, and he did most of it in previous years, but he's not doing it now. So,
That's why my mom said it was someone else. She said Jim's not doing it anymore. She just thought it was another, but it's not another company. It's
yeah,
not Jim.
Same company, it's just the owner and his son. So maybe you can call me about that.
about the shed.
So it's getting mowed, and basically it's getting mowed.
My mom
Different way.
mows it if they don't mow it, and, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone has any,
Just kind of hydrant out here.
Well, the first mowing, they didn't mow down next to the beach either, like in front of Paul's house. They only did half of that. And Paul talked to somebody, but, there was like only 40 feet they mowed. They didn't go all the way to Tom's property. It was pretty tall for a while, but eventually somebody mowed it. They're doing it now. So, they were better in the process.
So maybe since Jim was the one that was mowing previously, maybe he wasn't aware of that.
some of the areas possibly.
But maybe you can still call and ask them to not shoot them.
Maybe you
Yeah.
guys should go around and check.
I'll mention
They
that.
want to make sure. They shoot them at our pots too, you should see the one on the
I
side
saw
of the
that
pot.
too. My
Yeah.
concern was always the trains, they just blow it, and then the trains are covered.
Just
in-
sloppiness, and then we don't want that.
Yeah.
That's what I've always complained
They're-
about.
They're doing a job for our village. Yeah, have a little Friday, guys, I don't know, I really haven't noticed with some state.
Yeah, benches up at the tennis courts, they always have grass all over them, maybe.
Okay, I'll reach out to them, and, they started mulching, and they should be done, they should be completely done in the common area. I don't know if you see where they started or whatnot, but, and they should be finished, next week. You got an issue with this dump trailer or something like that. And then, I was contacted by somebody up on Bungalow Bay, that big blue spruce that just kind of appeared up there. I mean, it's a nice tree, but apparently it's being choked out by vines. I don't know if it was looked up. I haven't seen it, but, it's gonna, I was told that it will eventually kill the tree.
Is it in the park?
Were you told that by the
It's in
resident or by a tree
I was told
service?
by a resident that lives up there that's always, telling me about things that need to be fixed.
Oh, the corner house maybe?
That, I don't know which
You got
one.
big blue spruce, right?
The big blue spruce, the one that disappeared there, was that the one that somebody just planted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's nice. We should decorate it.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, you can sell those little lights that, they shine up on trees now, they look like they're decorated, it's pretty cool. That's it, I don't know if anyone has any questions for me?
I've got one thing for you, only because I was in correspondence with Nate at the
I'll
Park.
say that again.
Sorry, I got one thing. I was
Yes.
in correspondence with Nate at the Park District, and he was talking about the compliance of our voters and the vote stickers and where the placement was supposed to be. The Glens was in 100% compliance, and we were almost there. I know we all got an email sent to us from Amber, who sent them out. But I'm wondering if next year or any more boat stickers that are issued, if we can do a little half sheet of paper blip with the sticker to educate the voter on where that sticker actually goes.
Yeah, dude,
Because I don't,
it's confusing.
right, I didn't read my email, I didn't pay attention to my email. I had
Are you the one who did it wrong?
No, I did it right. I was actually the one that argued with other people that told them where they had to put their sticker.
Yeah.
Because they didn't read their emails. Because a lot of people just don't bother to read email. So just a half sheet of paper would probably be sufficient.
Are you saying they went out and checked stickers already this year?
They have been checking stickers, yes, and they've been
Wow.
correcting people, and they've been out there. I did ask Nate about, do we have any reports for the lake yet, like Alan used to get, but he didn't have anything for me.
I saw they're doing a voluntary vessel check,
They do that every year.
June 13th or something. I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know that one scheduled. You in the past have been able to stop the ranger and ask them to do a safety check, and you would get a sticker for your boat.
They're doing
that
it
said you
at
had a
the-
safety check and it passed.
At the yacht club, they're doing it.
In Nate's email to me a few days ago, he didn't have a date for that yet.
It was posted today.
Okay,
Saturday, June 13th, noon to 2 at the yacht club dock. No pre-registration needed. Which is interesting because there's an event there, Spirit of America is July 13th through the 19th. But anyway,
that is a true. If anybody doesn't know what a safety check is, you can, and you're a voter, you can talk to the ranger and he would go through all of the points of inspection on your boat to make sure everything is compliant and up to date and safe. All the things that you need, having a paddle, the environmental life vest, and all of those different things, he's got a checklist. And then he would, in the past, Matt and I have done it, where we get a little sticker to put on the boat. Yes, he just did it. And it just says you've done all the things you're supposed to and your boat is compliant. But that was kind of derailed, sorry. Just a little piece of paper to tell people.
No,
what's
it's
your
good,
sticker would be
Yeah, I
fantastic.
looked at it, it was kind of confusing, it almost read like it was supposed to be in the front, but.
I was sure we put it on the wrong
Well-
place. I thought that was confusing. but
For
it
years,
sent
we've been
a-
putting them next to the OH numbers.
Mhm.
For years, that's where we were told to put it. But if you look at Ohio regulations, you're not actually allowed to put anything next to those numbers. So
and
I'm
you're
pretty
supposed to
sure,
remove them now, I think.
yes, you have to remove them because nothing is supposed to be next to those numbers. So I'm pretty sure they figured out or found out, oh, hey, we're not actually allowed to tell you to put it there, so now it's the back of the boat.
Yeah, well, I think they did that intentionally so they could check. They don't have to get on your dock and then walk around the front and then hunt it out. They can just pull up and there it is.
But it didn't say the left or the right side, because people were confused with
I
something.
don't think it matters if it's the right or the left side, it just matters that they can see it from the back of the boat. Because if you put it on your pontoon, when you're out of the water and then get in the water, your sticker's technically there, but it's not visible.
We got a good idea, I'll put something together.
Yeah.
For next year. Oh, I thought I said I was done, but I'm not quite done. Now, there will be two pretty big holes, one up by Bungalow Bay, where the tree came down and they ground it up, but it's almost dangerous. And then there's one down at Point Park that I'm gonna, unless anyone has any ideas, I was gonna have somebody quote out, dumping some dirt there, put some grass, because right now it's kind of dangerous.
I
Oh,
think,
dangerous,
I think we can take care of that a whole lot cheaper than hiring somebody to get a load of dirt and dumping it for us.
However, what do you have in mind, or just wanna take it from there?
Well, it's about who we can hire and who we can't hire to do stuff like that.
I mean, it's manual labor, I'm not sure it's right manual
I'll say-
myself, but.
You don't even look at grass.
You're right.
How soon are they gonna start digging our brook shore between the water park?
So,
They always say.
I'm sorry, let me finish through. So don't do anything with these holes, right? We're gonna hold off on that, or, okay, I mean, they're pretty dangerous, but if we have some ideas, we should, okay. All right. And, we accepted the bid from Lakeside Fogging for mosquito spray. 1 year contract, and he's been out here every Thursday he's coming. And, I mean, it seems like he's doing a pretty good job. His truck's a lot louder, but it scared me actually. What the hell's that? It must sound, I thought my air conditioner blew up or something. But, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
I had a concern on when they took the pipes down for the old gate at the launch ramp. Those things definitely need to be ground down and that one hole needs to be filled.
I thought someone did something like that. Was that you just showing me? Okay.
I know I sent you something about, I didn't work today to see.
I thought you said it was dark. I just misunderstood. Okay, gotcha. All right, yeah. Okay, we'll figure something out down there.
Okay, you done? Okay, Al, streets?
Yes, on July 7th, we're going to sign the contracts and have a pre-construction meeting with the general contractor. I'm going to bid.
We picked the contractor tonight.
What do you mean pick them?
We haven't,
Award the bid.
you haven't awarded the bid yet.
No, we haven't.
When are you gonna do that?
Well, I think we have to wait till we have the money available, don't we?
No, we can vote on approving the bidder tonight. and we
Okay.
should.
We're going to do that. At this point,
Did everybody get, I guess, all the comments, did you guys all get this from Engineering Associates? Or from whoever sent, who did send this? Seems like Engineering Associates. With the bids that they got for the road, phase 10. You guys all get this, somebody say something.
I didn't get
Didn't
one.
get it.
I don't remember seeing that one.
Then I guess you better email us one. Do you need this?
yes. Yeah, so May 15th, we had the bid opening, we had 2 people show up for the bid. Their dog, who is low, came in at $960,948. G. Baker was the second bidder, and they came in at $1,244,427.19. So Dirt Dog, which I recommend we approve to do the work, and it's substantial.
What work is this?
I'm sorry?
What work is this? This is for the.
Page 10.
That's what I thought so.
We've had both those companies here before, and they both did good work. So that Engineering Associates, when they get those bids, they check everything to make sure that they've filled everything out correctly, have all the right information. And they did, and the one was just like $300,000 cheaper than the other one, so, should be a pretty easy decision.
Yeah, so we'll be responsible for $478,692. And Medina County will be responsible for $482,256. And the grant should be coming through. I guess it's not 100% official until
No, it's approved now.
it's approved, but
July
we don't have the money yet.
Right, July 1st.
Oh, good job on that. That's nice.
So that takes care of phase 10. So. I've been in contact with the county. Can't believe Bill's not here tonight. They're finally gonna fix the roads, where all the water lines broke and everything. They're gonna come through. So that should start, I thought it was the middle of June. We should start seeing that work done, so. The Chippewa Road, Lake Road Water Project has an end date of November 15th. It's supposed to start actually today. I haven't go up that way, so I don't know if it did or not.
Paint all over the road at the end of the boulevard.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they said they would get out of the way and make sure they're not interfering with the July 4th parade and all that.
And the other phase did get, they promised they'd have that like road done by the 4th, and they they do have it done, though, I can hardly tell they did anything, but it's done, so that's up for the parade, and, they intend to have the intersection clear at Chippewa and Lake Road. I know the parade doesn't go up that way, but people that don't go back to Lions Park, like the big trucks and everything, World Truck, they need to be able to get out. They aren't going down to Lions Park, so when they're on Lake Road, they're gonna have to go forward, even though that project seems to be on, from kind of like Briarwood Boulevard down to Chippewa Road. We can't have them working there on the 4th, or all those vehicles to be trapped. And I'm sure we don't want the World Truck guys coming through the village turning around, even though we love them. So they supposedly ought to all be on the way for that day.
And two, they're gonna be resurfacing all of Lake Road from like Greenwich to 62 or something up in that neighborhood, so. But you've already talked with them too about staying out of.
Whatever that second part of that job is, they said, when they bid it out, they said it couldn't start till after July 4th.
Oh.
So it's great, has some power, I hope.
Is there a motion to accept the bid of True Dog for the Phase 10 road improvement project?
Right.
So
Make the motion.
Second, all in favor? Opposed?
Dirt dog.
They were here before, I think they were here 2 years ago. And the one that was real high was here last year.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was Bud Dirt Dog, excuse me.
I had a note here about what we've heard from Frontier, if anything, on any of this road, this fiber stuff.
I haven't heard anything, but I need to do a little background work on their rights, what they can do and what they can't do.
there was a guy in front of my house measuring, from the street to the power lines, and I'm like, can I help you? And he said, I'm with Frontier, I was just hired to take measurements. That was 2 weeks ago.
Because the original drawings, you're not even included in any of this new work, so.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, I didn't see them. I didn't see Georgia on that, yeah.
No,
It's not.
it doesn't go very far at all.
No.
That's what he said. Maybe they're planning for the future, I don't know. No clue. That's what he said.
We're doing stuff around the village, and I would like to see, if we're gonna propose doing projects that amount to anything, that we get some kind of a drawing that council can review before, because I'm seeing we're getting a lot of stuff that's happening, and then people are seeing and say, oh, that isn't what we thought was gonna happen, or this and that. I think it's just a good idea. We do that for zoning. If somebody's gonna give us they wanna do a project, they have to give us some kind of drawing.
That's right.
I think it'd be very good if all of us bring it to council if we were doing a project.
So if a council member is like Ken doing the park project up at the circle or something?
Yeah, that'd be a perfect example.
Let people know what's going on and what the
Yeah.
I
plans are.
already asked Sandra to make sure if they did anything on the wall, the council got a drawing first for anything was done.
Oh, by the way, parks, I'm sorry. I had somebody ask apparently there's no fishing on basically on that village lot beside the beach. And people are still fishing there, even though the sign is over here, they're saying that people are so used to fishing from there that they're still fishing beside the beach, casting into the beach. If there was any way we could put some kind of signage somewhere, I'm just the messenger.
I mean, we talked about putting, stenciling, no fishing on that wall. I have no problem with that, I don't know how everyone else feels, I mean, just along that.
Well, you were talking
that
about
70
projects.
feet. What?
Al was talking about projects, and that's what made me think of it.
Yeah,
I forgot about it.
I mean, that's something we can resurrect that.
At least right there, I mean, not on the residence sides, but right there.
Yeah, on our side, what we own, that one side, because I think.
I thought they were gonna put the people signs there, no fishing.
It is,
Well, it's there, but apparently people don't care. Because it's just, it's on the fence here, so you have to turn your head like this to see it, but it's pretty big, man.
It's a big
I
sign,
don't
but
know.
people are conditioned, just like I still want to drive right through 162 in Ryan. I mean,
Don't do that.
I know, just an example.
Yeah,
But people, if they've been fishing there forever, they're not going to read that sign.
yeah, well, maybe they'll see, I'll have to look down on that wall, we can revisit that. And, you know, before I do anything, I'll bring it, you know, to council and have pictures. Everybody can give me their opinion on where
Do it.
Yeah, because I know the question was, were we going to, with no fishing all the way down?
No,
We decided not
just
to do that, but just in our section,
Yes,
what
just
we
the
own,
property that you own,
yeah,
one little
that makes
section
sense.
on the wall, then they'll see it. The big sign, there's so much words.
There's a lot of words, it's very wordy. I was proud of them though. I mean, it's,
Just on the wall in the other
Sorry,
property.
it's Alan's turn, so
That's
sorry.
fine.
no, yeah, what am I
No, it's a
doing
perfect example. So we got a clue what's gonna happen, so be ahead of time.
Right.
It's been brought up from 3 different people now about putting speed bumps up on Bungalow Bay. Because people, it's 15 miles an hour out there. People are driving 30 mile an hour or better. And a lot of them are residents.
It should be 25 miles an hour.
No, don't
No,
remember we
it's
made
15.
Buffalo Bay an hour, so it could be 15.
Yeah, I remember.
In Brunswick, they have temporary ones that they put up in the summertime and then they remove them in the winter, so they don't run through them.
On Long Acre, they do more than 30. I mean, it's like a drag strip sometime. They stop at that stop sign and just get on it. I mean.
It
you-
probably feels that way, but I was going 19 on my golf cart, and some lady was telling me to slow down, and I was like,
But the speed bumps in Brunswick are nice, big speed bumps. I'm talking about the same place.
By
To go back where you walk.
By Brunswick Lakes?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, they have 2 of them there.
Yeah.
Either side with crosswalks.
They're really nice.
could we take the parking things that we removed and use them as speed bumps?
They have to be engineered so that.
Dude, they have to- well,
Posted
The
speed.
golf carts would have a hard time going over.
Put up signs.
We would have to put up signs, right?
They always.
Those would definitely be stolen.
Drive the speed limit and not damage your car, they're illegal. They're illegal.
Somebody in Westfield Lake is just putting them up on their own. Couldn't read all about it.
I'll look into it. See what it might cost to do something like that,
Don't forget, this is a golf cart community,
but, yeah.
and the speed bump is,
And you don't want
you
them up in the
know,
winter, do you?
there's no bounds over golf carts at all. It gives no give.
You can't have them up in the winter, there gotta be something.
No, they're gonna have to be removable.
Seasonal.
And I'll want to get the sheriff to spend one of their time with the radar gun and actually see how fast people are going. Because I bet 50 miles an hour also looks pretty quick.
Right.
So get some data to see exactly how fast people are going.
Curves, that's.
I know that Redwood development, I ride my bicycle through there. They put them up and then they take them down in the winter. So I don't know if that's private or.
You can drive around
Yeah, we drive around.
with the golf cart.
Got anything else, Alan?
That's all I have.
No.
Okay, then we'll go to Alan Michelson.
Okay, at this point, I have no cases in court. That's always
Yay.
good to be able to say. And, but you're slipping. Me?
No,
But
Budley.
I think he's doing such a good job that we don't need any cases in court.
they're terrible.
Terrified.
So this applies to domestic violence and theft, any misdemeanors. I have no cases. That's good.
Dogs at large.
Pardon?
Dogs at large.
Yeah, crack down on that. And also, November is tax levy time. You have no levies which are up for renewal. You have two levies, one a 6 mil operating levy and one a roads levy, and they're not eligible for renewal or change until next fall of 27. And that's all I've got to report.
Are you doing the cybersecurity thing?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to finance, Gary.
Everybody sign in tonight? Please do. Thank you. This past Saturday, I distributed the May bank reconciliation report to council. Everything's in balance. Any questions, comments from council? I have a motion to approve council signing off.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. Past Saturday, I distributed the end of May appropriations report for council to review. Any questions from council on appropriations through May? I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. I was asked by Barb at last month's meeting, if NOPEC monies can be used to purchase cameras. I did confirm that PEP monies can be used for these purchases, and that's in the March 9th regular meetings. So cameras can be bought with the PEP monies, PEP grant monies.
Well, we're gonna use that for something else? Is that money?
For,
That money? Is it-
as long as it has to be safety related.
Didn't somebody already allocate for that?
I don't think so.
No, not for PEP.
I think I was trying
Do
to
you
my
know what
hands
the
up.
balance of that is?
It'll be $1,000 for PEP. Yeah, we have to make an application, so I need to know how many cameras and costs and an estimate, please.
Do it quick for 10 things or something.
Remind council, for NOPEC grant monies, we still have $3,836 available. We need to spend $447 by November 30th, or we lose that amount in available grant monies. Questions, comments from council? Again, as I've been requesting, I respectfully request council to determine no later than October meeting where to use the PEP grant monies. So if we can decide on that before October, that would be great. Last month, I did distribute the 2027 budget worksheets to the mayor and council and asked for any input from council no later than May 29th. No changes were requested. I'm asking for a motion to permit the fiscal officer to advertise for a public hearing to take place on July 13th before the regular meeting regarding the proposed 2027 budget. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to assemble.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. I will review expenditures to date as of the end of June and make any necessary changes to the budget based on my findings. And that will be announced as well at the July 15th meeting. Our next financial audit for the years 2024 and 2025 are going to begin this week. And I will be submitting the files for these years to the auditor's office on Wednesday of this week. For the next month or two, I can expect numerous requests for data and or support documents covering this period of time being audited. So it's always a busy time for me and the auditors. Any questions or comments from council? Thank you. And Saturday's pre-meeting envelopes, I provided the mayor and all the council members a copy of the legislation regarding cybersecurity, along with the first draft of high-level information security policy. This is a mandated requirement by the Auditor of State's office to have the legislation and policy in place by July 1st, 2026. And we will be audited on this policy at some point in the future. This is only the first draft, as I expect there will be several drafts to follow until we get the policy correct and meeting all state requirements. The first draft was reviewed by the Public Entities Pool cybersecurity specialist, and I was advised that it's acceptable at this time. I do plan to dig deeper into this to make certain we are properly aligned with the Auditor of State and all necessary internal controls in place in addition to the disaster plan, that I will also be working on, that must be part of this overall policy. Any questions or comments on what I distributed to council?
My comment is we all need to read this. And, because I think there's some things in it that you'll want to change. And we can do that anytime.
Correct.
But we've got to act, it's a state mandate. Has to be in place July 1st. Doesn't mean we can't change it.
Correct.
Revise it.
So unless council or the mayor disagrees, I'd like to have the first reading of resolution 523-26.
Isn't it
27?
That was an error on my part, it's 26.
26?
Sorry.
Okay. And that- First reading, resolution number 523-26, a resolution to adopt a cybersecurity program, declaring the same an emergency. Is there a motion to waive the second and third reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there a motion to adopt resolution 523-26 as an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
So you're suggesting everybody look it over and come up with any changes? Or just
Comments, changes?
Gary look it over, who's going to look it over?
I think if you can, you get all of it. Well, I'm gonna look it over really carefully, because I know there's some things in it I can agree with. It will ultimately be up to you.
Are you gonna point those things out to us later
Yeah.
at a later
Yes.
date, or, okay,
Before the next meeting.
okay.
Tonight, we need to increase our permanent appropriations for the estimated audit fees for the 2024-2025 audit, amounting to $4,000. I'd like to have Alan proceed to read ordinance 917-26, adjusting permanent appropriations.
First reading, ordinance number 917-26, an ordinance to set permanent appropriations for the current expenses of the village of Chippewa, state of Ohio, during the year ending December 31, 2026, and declaring to be an emergency for the public peace, health, safety, and welfare. Is there a motion to waive the three readings of 917-26?
I have a question. Are we calling this one 6 or 7?
917-26.
It should be 26, because that's the year. The first number is our number.
Yeah, 523?
That's the cybersecurity one. This is for
This is for
the,
appropriations.
I know, but cybersecurity was 523 to 26.
And this should, yeah.
Yeah, they're a different numbering sequence.
Also, resolutions are numbered differently than ordinances.
Right.
Okay.
But this is 917-26.
You want to know the difference between a resolution and an ordinance? Because I'm sure Alan can tell us.
Oh, sure. The difference is the title. Ordinance or resolution. Basically, they're the same. Traditionally, you use ordinances for more permanent things, important decisions, and resolutions for like approving policies.
expenditures.
Yeah, it really, I don't think there is a legal difference between them, other than the name. Does that make it clear enough?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm good.
Yeah, you guys find a way to call them when things are good.
So, did we do the vote on 917-26? Okay. I read it, didn't I?
Yeah, right, we did.
Is there a motion to waive the three readings on ordinance 917-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 917-26 as an emergency?
Ordinance or resolution?
Ordinance. It's an ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Pretty sure he said the
Good
same
job.
thing, right?
As of the end of May, the balance in the primary checking account, whoa, that's wrong. $503,220.12. Money market, $210,299.04. You can sign that, please. Star Ohio, $118,440.48. Total, $831,959.64. Questions, comments from council? Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, is there any old business? Now we'll go to the audience. Mark?
An ordinance is a permanent binding local law that regulates conduct and carries penalties for violations. A resolution is a formal expression of opinion, will, or intent used to handle administrative business, endorse policies, or address temporary matters.
Is that from AI?
That is from AI, yes. But it makes sense with what you were saying. So, other than that, no.
Thank you.
Helen?
Thank you.
Greg?
Good.
Pam?
Just the fourth is coming, and we have the cardboard boat race. And John Sandora and Steve McNabb are going to be in charge of that this year. So take a little pressure off.
That's good.
Yeah.
Howard?
No comments.
Let's see, who's behind you, Pam? Can't see.
Oh.
Oh, wow, we can't see him at all. Good.
He's
John.
losing weight.
Good job.
I was gonna say.
Bob, did you have anything?
We got the pots all out, my crew is watering.
Oh, okay. Are you guys putting, oh, that's.
And
good.
the deer are having just a wonderful dinner and lunch
Okay.
on our wonderful petunias.
Be kind to animals.
No, I think we need the bow and arrow.
Okay, never mind. Next. She does not want to hear that. It's illegal. Don't you understand?
There's ticks around here.
There's laws. You can't just kill deer.
Well, you gotta do it legally. You have to do it legally.
Well, Medina is putting together a council on the city, so we should maybe follow up with when they get theirs published.
What they do. They killed,
They have a committee.
yeah, and they killed a lot of them last year in the city of Medina last
I
year.
can't think of anything more exciting than have somebody run around there with a bow.
No, they will not have to do that. They could be in Linda's backyard, and they come there every day, just 11 of them in her yard at any given time. Nobody would have to be anywhere but there.
I think Linda's backyard is the township.
No, it's not. No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's close there.
It's
A couple of
But it goes up the park, then, it's not where they are.
Okay, Lisa, did you have anything else?
No.
Jill? Debbie?
I just want to thank everybody for beautifying the village. It looks really nice with all the pots. We planted marigolds, even a private citizen took the triangle up in the area and mulched it with her own funds. So I thought that was nice that we didn't have to spend that. So it really looks good.
Good.
And once they get the mulch down.
Is there somebody no,
No.
just the way you guys move. Okay, Allison.
I am hearing more and more on the news of different localities putting regulations in about rentals, and I'm wondering what's going on.
About what?
Rental properties, short-term rentals.
Airbnbs.
They're trying to get a handle on them here and at least let our renters or landlords know what to tell their renters as far as their Airbnbs.
Right.
And you guys are still working on that, I assume, because I know you got the names of most of them.
I would like, talking about the very top, I would like to know what the council, the oversight committee, thinks about doing that. I would like very, very much for us to do that.
To do what?
Have a registry.
Is that what you were asking, Allison?
There's all different things.
She wants to know what we're doing.
Yeah, registrations, limitations,
Vote
there's all different things
Dinah
going
that
on.
just passed something that if you have an Airbnb, you have to register it. But that's all I've heard, so it might not be the thing.
There's another one where you have to pay a $50 fee every year to register.
Seville has an ordinance for short-term.
You know, for rental properties, so you, number one, and you have, if something does go wrong with one of those properties, you know who to contact. A lot of these are LLCs.
Bud's been working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
if
think
you
he
don't
has
know-
all of them now.
Yeah, but I think if we had something in place where they had to register for sure, and maybe a little fee, I mean, it's not gonna kill $50 for them to register every year, it would be a little extra income for us.
Do you know we have a fire safety code? Every home is supposed to have a fire extinguisher and
We kind of like it too.
and minimally, if, you know, if we had that registration in place, we can enforce something like that. So
So I guess you guys are gonna keep working on it.
I think, I really want to know is the community and the council in favor of doing so?
I haven't received any complaints about short-term rentals, but I'm not opposed to a registry. There's a guide, Seville has a really good guideline and it's working very well for them.
I don't think it should be limited to short term. I think it should be non-owner occupied homes.
Right.
A house comes to mind, grandson lives in a house, that's your business, that's all hunky-dory. You can walk along, drop your hand down and enjoy the grass. It's like walking through a field.
Yep.
Well, how do I get a hold of that person? I don't know. Hopefully you see him someday. Pass and leave it in my notes. I'm just saying there are issues with rentals that we don't have a handle on.
Are you talking about all rentals? And you-
I am.
Or Airbnbs only? 'Cause
I'm
there's a
talking,
difference.
I'm talking about rentals or non-owner occupied homes.
But Allison brought it up. What, do you have a concern or?
I just know it's been discussed over and over, and I've never heard a resolution. You guys have talked about it.
Yeah, that's right, we talked about it.
That's it. And
Who's gonna do something about it?
Hey,
I think it's a good idea.
What are we talking about to start with?
Right.
Just the registration of it, so we know who the owner is?
Contact.
Still
Are we
Most
talking
of
about,
them talking about the Airbnbs and seeing who owns them and make sure they tell their, party goers that rent or whatever you want to call them. The rules there, we know that they don't, that we've had some Airbnbs that have people that are very new to the community, probably don't know the rules themselves, much less are able to pass them on.
help me out here, Alan. If I have a non-owner occupied residence, I don't have to get into the vernacular of Airbnb, short-term rental, Uncle Hank's hangout. I don't need all that. If somebody's in the home that is not the owner, I need to know who that is, and you need to pay me a registration fee on an annual basis. Do whatever you want, but I need that information.
Isn't the village not allowed to make money?
No, we're not.
No.
And I don't mean to be like, Matt and I have a home that's in a trust that his brother lives in, that his brother will inherit. But his brother isn't the owner of that home. It's in a trust.
Right, so you have nobody, but if we didn't.
It's not owner occupied because it's in a trust and it's in my husband's name. But my husband and I don't live in there because in his mother's will, that home is supposed to go to his brother.
Okay.
So it's owned by the trust.
Yeah,
But we need a phone number is what I'm saying. If something went
well,
wrong.
my phone number's on the website.
Well, I mean, but a lot of them are not.
That's
A lot of them are not, is what I'm saying. They don't even know how to get a hold of people.
We only had one instance where we couldn't get a hold of someone and that property's been sold.
My response to your circumstance is there's no such thing in this world as a perfect plan. So when you find those little anomalies, you deal with them on an individual as necessary basis. And you put a mechanism in your policy or your ordinance to do that.
Right, we can look into that. I mean, I've printed it out before, I brought it to Seville's guidelines, I've emailed it to the council with a link to the,
Yeah, but
Their
nothing happens after that.
But how far would it be to get, like you say, it's on the website, if you got the ones that you knew that you could get on and make a list of all those that do have a phone number or an address or a person that goes with them, and then start from there, and then you would have, X amount that you just don't know, and then you can just work on those few that you don't have that information, but you would have all that.
Bud's been working on that, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. And
He's
we've-
been introducing himself to all the owners,
And we've got like 40 of them now.
just since he came on.
But I want to formalize it. I want to create an ordinance. I can't do that any longer. I don't have the standing to do that. I provide the information
So what is
and
the
the
next step?
suggestion.
I mean, I brought it to council.
What are you
Yeah.
saying? He's the zoning inspector, he can't do an ordinance.
Well, I'm saying, I brought all,
write it and give it to Leslie, and she can present it to council.
yeah, I'm saying, I've brought up the registry idea, I know in Seville, again, I don't have the information in front of me, I wasn't prepared to have this conversation, but they have to do, I think they do some kind of checks on the property, make sure there's working fire extinguishers and fire smoke alarms, and they have very good guidelines. Rick Stollard said, everything is working, there's no complaints with the landlords or the renters, and there's a rental registry. I can bring that up again, we can
Bring
review
it
it.
up again, and the council would have to decide on that.
Right.
We can't just keep talking about it. We just keep talking about stuff, we're not doing it.
There are lots of.
I'm the idea person, I don't, yeah,
There's a lot of examples of these.
right,
You know,
there are.
and maybe the most restrictive I ever saw was Cleveland Heights, where if you're gonna rent a property, you have to register. You have to get a time of rental inspection. If the building inspector says, well, yeah, you have to do these 6 things, you have to do those before you can rent it. And they have their own housing code, where if if your paint's peeling, or if you have don't have a registered rental, you have to go to court.
And it doesn't apply to everyone, they rent to Matt's brother, I rent to
He
my
doesn't rent
mom.
though, he doesn't pay a dime to live there because that house is.
But it's
Well,
not
rented to
owner
him.
occupied, that's what I'm
Right.
saying, where do the guidelines go?
There's a whole spectrum of doing nothing to, having this housing court and a
Right.
huge bureaucracy to take care of it.
Yeah, and that is not what I'm proposing. I'm interested in. We don't have staff, we don't have
Right.
infrastructure. We got to keep this user friendly.
Right. I mean, really, the biggest concern is if there's a maintenance issue, who do you contact? I still think, whether if it's a tenant there or it's the owner, if you have a maintenance issue, you post it on their door. And then they're gonna be like, oh gosh, we got a maintenance issue.
So what do you do in the case where at the top of my street, the really nice man next door who keeps his yard up beautifully, has 6 cars in his front yard, and I've told Bud has gone by there and seen at least 4 of them, I think, and fighting, and the police are called every night, and they're ready to move. And here's this nice veteran guy who takes care of his yard, and he has to put up with that crap next door. So is there something you can do so that he
If they're violating zoning, they get a notification from the zoning inspector. If they're violating the law, you call the police.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, he said the police
disturbing
are out there all the
peace,
time, and they're living next door to that. And so can you contact the person that's renting that? Can they evict them, or is that, how do you?
You're not allowed to evict somebody because they fight.
I mean,
But you
And it's
are,
very hard to evict somebody as,
and they've got, I don't know how many people living in that house, what is it, a two-bedroom,
Leslie,
three-bedroom house?
you work with Rick, right?
Mhm.
Talk to him about the ordinance they use in Seville when they have unruly renters. They use it against the owner to get the renter evicted.
Right.
it's very hard, like I say, it's very hard to
It's not
evict
very
somebody.
hard at all.
Well, the owner has to evict, we can't evict anybody.
Well, I know that. I just feel sorry for this guy, and they're parking in the other day, I there were 6 cars in the front yard. I mean, feeding the driveway in the front yard, and a truck in the street with a tire on a jack. And this guy is just, he's thinking about moving, I hate to lose him as a community person, he's a nice guy, and here's this, I don't know.
In the Glens, we had we had complaints about Airbnb being rented to people who had wild parties, fights in the street, you name it. And so they did an experiment. They, actually, there was a citizen's petition to put a ban on all Airbnb, all short-term rental. And so we said, fine, so you want.
The only way they could do that though was because they had an owners association.
No, they don't. But
Yes,
the beach association, they don't have an owners association.
well, that's what,
But we went to court with an owner who was absentee, LLC, all those barriers. And what the judge in Wadsworth ruled was that it's illegal to completely ban short-term rentals.
Well, this is not a short term, this is.
I know, but I'm just telling you, we went to court, we did it because the people wanted it, and we lost. But,
I was wondering how that turned out.
Yeah,
That was an
how it turned out.
interesting situation.
I don't think we're trying to ban them, I think we're just trying to.
I'm just giving you an
And
example.
we haven't, I don't think we've had that much issues with the Airbnbs, frankly, for partying I've not heard of anything like that. I don't have a problem with that, and I have not heard anybody complaining about the Airbnbs.
And the answer to that is there are laws in place the police will use for disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, noise complaints, that type of thing. So that's the answer to why you don't need to ban them, because there are other remedies. But the rental registration, you can do that, you can go as far as you want on the spectrum, you need to follow through with it, have inspections, inspectors, all that. Or just registration. But the way we always do it is, if there's a complaint about the property, we don't know who owns it, we look it up on the auditor's website. If it's a corporation, we look up who incorporated it, who is the statutory agent for the corporation, we can contact. And, I've threatened LLCs in Nevada with charging them for their properties here, and it works enough of the time. That's what we do now. We don't have a registration. So it's a case-by-case investigation. I'm not against it, but somebody has to decide and write up a draft. Pick an example, like Seville or whatever.
Okay.
Andy, did you have any?
No.
Is there any other new business?
One more thing, if I may. On the demolition, that was right. At one time, we said the monies were questionable. And right now, if you wanted to proceed with the demolition, you probably could. I would recommend that you get a revised quote and estimate to do that, if that's the way the village wants to go. Right now, you would have approximately, and this varies month by month, but not that much. You have approximately, if I look at what's been appropriated for this year, you have about 100,000 additional available in the general fund. So if you want to do a demolition, you've got the money.
So if we proceeded with that, there would be a lien on the property, on the tax bill.
that's what it says, yeah. There's a whole, actually on our zoning page, we don't have to go over it all right here, right now. We're not talking about it anymore tonight, but there's a whole link just to that. Right under the zoning code. There's an ordinance about that.
And the village could get a lien for the demo cost
Yep,
and put it on the property, but it would be behind the mortgage and taxes, because they have a priority. It would be like second in line behind the first mortgage, which last time I checked was about 70.
yes, yeah, like 70 grand.
So we would still go out.
We finally, if we spend the money and do it, we finally believe it's a simple thing. But you're,
Well, you have to get here.
maybe depending on what the property's worth without a building on it.
Yeah.
It might have to cover the mortgage.
That's okay.
Is it a buildable lot?
Well, it doesn't become our property, right?
No.
So we still have to.
The way we've done that before though was like the property that was burned on
Craigie Creek.
Craigie Creek. The owner didn't pay the taxes, it went up for a tax sale, we bought it. We cleaned it up and sold
Well, he was in jail too, don't forget.
it. Yeah,
I thought that the brothers donated that property to the village. I thought they donated it.
no, I think it went up for a tax sale. I'd have to check.
Yeah, I thought they donated it to the village and then we auctioned it off. And we did, I think we did pay for the demolition of it. And then when it was auctioned, we made sure that the minimum bid covered the demolition. I thought the brothers donated it.
That could be.
Okay, I have one more new business, and that's June 28th. Most of you probably are aware of or knew of Bob Gardner. He did beautiful photographs around here for years. He passed away earlier this year, and his family had requested having a memorial service or a celebration of life for him on June 28th at Point Park. We've been aware of this for a while, Ken, and I told you about it. So just a reminder, they're gonna have some tents down there. Those of you,
He's an artist.
he was a wonderful photographer, and it's a perfect place for him to have, for them to have that, because he took some really great pictures. I know you've seen them of Point Park and all around here. He was lived here a very long time. He wrote some, Chippewa history books.
He grew up here.
He used to, when the kids were growing up, when our kids were growing up, he used to take the baseball team pictures, you know, to get team pictures, take all those pictures. He was a wonderful photographer. He's lived on Willowwood, kind of across from Don Viken forever. So his wife and 2 kids and grandkids are gonna have, I believe they've gotten some tents and,
So what time is that?
pardon me?
What time is that? Sometime in the afternoon, on June 20th?
Yeah, I believe it is in the afternoon, because I checked with Pam, her Friday didn't have anything going that day, and we didn't have anything going that day, so, down there, and they'll probably be parking at the town hall and stuff like that. Those come in. So you guys are, just want everybody to be aware of that, and of course, if any of you want to go to the memorial, you're more than welcome, I'm sure. He was a real historian around here, and the historical society gets his pictures, they've really got some great ones.
I think his photos are on the wall at Contessa's.
Probably. He had a lot of them on Facebook. Sometimes he put colors on them, like the point and the outlet. Anyway, is anybody got anything else?
A motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right.
Right.